I have a hot mess on the desk, but that's okay because I've been sorting through the stuffs. So what I want to show you first is my inspiration layout. And technically what happened is, if I'm 100% honest, is I was going through my little stack of papers on I have a section, I'll show y'all eventually with a craft room tour. But I have a little set of stuff, and I only had, in my little set of papers here from Bella Blvd's Dad Style, I only had like a few little pieces. I had this one full-size heart pattern, and then a couple of other little pieces. And I go, okay, I need to use this stuff up because it's just taking up a slot over here, and it's kind of wasting space. So I was kind of looking for something that would help me use this pattern. I kind of was organizing different things. Well, then I come across this layout on Instagram, and I kind of liked it because even though this is pumpkins, but it's a similar look and feel of the sense of like the hearts, right? I was like, oh, okay. And then I can put like a little, you know, batch of photos here. So this is my inspiration layout. It's from Scrappy Like a Fox. She did it, I guess 6 months ago, somewhere around October of 2021 is when she did it. So hers was a fall layout. And what I've decided to do is use, now she used like 7 pictures. Mine, I don't have that many, mostly because I printed them and they're this size. This was actually from Thanksgiving, and it's me and my daughter. And I'm thinking in my head, I'm going to like make, you know, this is not the order they're going to be in at this point, but that's what I'm going to do. Uh-oh, what's that? Oops, I don't know where that went. I do too, it went on this sheet here. Anyways, I'm going to use these pictures, and I was kind of looking, I don't know yet how I'm going to do this, because hers was, like I said, a little bit smaller picture. So, but then she had like this section over here where she had her title, and then there's a little journaling section, and then there's another little photo down here. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to work with this. I do like this little stripe, and I like this little pattern, so I may do something with this. I haven't figured that piece out yet. But then she also had a little tag. And so I went in and I was digging around, and first off, the stickers that come with the collection is this, and they're very much dad-oriented. So I'm her mom, so that's not really going to work. I might use something like this, maybe. Might do. I'm not sure, though, because I got to decide if I want to make this like Thanksgiving as a theme or like mom and daughter as a theme, because I got the whole pumpkin and everything. But I don't have any pumpkins, so I don't know if I'm going to go that route. Anyways, I got into my Vicki Boutin Fernwood because I thought the colors kind of go pretty well. So now I'm kind of liking this stuff. So I went ahead and pulled this stuff out. Plus, the back side of this has this little ledger looking stuff that I can use for journaling, if that's what I'm going to do here. It looks kind of cool. So, and then I pulled out these 2 little homes because I thought those look kind of neat. And I got this little bird, and he's cute. So that's kind of the starting point here. So what I'm going to do is go ahead, and I think I may matte these on white because against this black I'm not sure. I need to think about it. I might put those on white. So let me go ahead and start trimming papers, and I will come back on camera once I've got this kind of sized to where I want it, and I start gluing stuff down, and we'll start doing the fun stuff. All right, talk soon. Okay, so after I kind of started laying that stuff down and trimming and cutting and all that, I realized I really was going to have to mat my little block of stuff of my couple of pattern papers there on something else. So I went into my stash over there, and I had a Bo Bunny double dot. I was just trying to show you there. I think it's like something olive. Sorry, it's too little here. I think that was from 2010, y'all. But it's a great color. It's a beautiful olive color. And I decided I'm going to use that to mat my little, like I said, my little pattern paper block here. I guess I could have probably inked or something like that, but this just felt more right to me. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this stuff down. I will trim it in a minute. I do not recall now why. Oh, I know what happened. I had to stop. My daughter called me. So I've cut over. So sorry about that. I've got it matted down there. And I'm going to just trim this. And I do this side okay, and it's fine. It's just a little bit bigger. I just wanted kind of a skinny mat. And I try and trim this thing crooked or something. That thing's not glued on. I don't know what happened. Anyway, I have to kind of move my little pattern over a little bit just to straighten it all back up. And I'm going to do the sides in just a minute. I was really pleased with how this turned out, actually. I got a little scared about halfway through. I thought, oh my gosh, this is just wild and crazy. But it actually turns out pretty good. I was really happy with it. Okay, so I've got my little block of stuff set up now. And I'm going to start kind of organizing. And I did pull out, I did trim rather. So there's that paper in the upper left corner. It's from the Vicki Boutin Fernwood, and it's got that little ledger on it. And I did trim off that little bit that's kind of a journaling card looking thing. And then I got my 4 photos, and I have a little tag. And then I actually found those little houses that I'm happy with. Now I'll end up pulling out more houses, and you'll see that in a minute because I fast around with them darn things. Now at this point, I do not have this mat glued down, and I'm not sure if this was dumb or not or what. I don't know what I was thinking. and I'm trying to get these pictures straight. And I mess around with this darn square ruler. I must just have a mental block against using a square ruler. And y'all, my poor head is in here. I'm sorry about that. But I keep having to look down, so maybe I should have just cut that out. It's early in the morning, too, so I say early. This was probably about 7:15, something like that. So it's not combed, I don't even think yet. I had gotten back from the exercising, and it's a little bit scraggly, but it is what it is. There's where I realized them darn pictures are still not straight, and I finally think to myself, you know what, just use your eyeball. Your T-square ruler is just malfunctioning this morning. As if a T-square ruler could malfunction. I guess it could. My little top doesn't go on there straight sometimes. I have to fix it. All right, so I got my 4 pictures glued down, and these, again, I kind of mentioned, I think, in the intro, these are just some silly little pictures my daughter and I took on Thanksgiving. Well, we went out front of the house first because we have that cute little, I was kind of proud of that. I had like a little fall decor set up, and I thought it looked cute, and I thought we were pretty, so we went out and took a few. I had my husband take pictures. That's always a risk because that poor man does not have an eye for composition. You'll end up too close or too far, or I don't even know what the man's thinking about half the time. I have to actually stand where I want him to stand, hold the camera facing the way I want it to face, in the frame I want it to frame, and I'll go, now just make it look exactly like this, and sometimes we still don't end up with what I want. But in these cases, it turned out all right. We look kind of cute. And then the other little pictures where they're kind of selfies, she and I think we were already at lunch. We actually went to Fogo de Chao for Thanksgiving this year. I may have mentioned that on another video too. I feel like I've told that story before. I just don't remember to who. But we decided we didn't want to do dishes, my mom and I, and there's just not enough of us for it to really matter. So we decided to go out to lunch, and it was a little more pricey than I thought, but it was worth it. I'm not going to lie. So I did also find this title here is Happy Memories. So it was from a Hip Kit Club kit last fall. I want to say October maybe. The name of the kit was called Sweater Weather, and it had a bunch of these little... what is that made out of? And it's not enamel. It's like a soft, it's not foam or anything like that. It's just this soft enamel dot type deal, but it's squishy. It's not squishy. It's movable. It's like rubbery. Maybe that's the better way to say it, rubbery titles. And I found there was various different words, and I saw Happy Memories. If I'm honest, the colors are kind of on the not exactly the right color side, because there's the Memories is actually orange. And there's not really an orange in the color palette on the picture or the paper collection. But you know what? It's got them orange pumpkins in there, and it's kind of, I think it's okay. It works out okay. So I got Happy Memories. Then I've got that little tag from the Fernwood that said Wildflower, but I got on the sticker sheet and I got this butterfly. Y'all, if this is where I mean about it kind of got a bit, maybe it's random is the better word. I end up with a butterfly and a bird and some houses, and I can't swear any of that had anything to do with fall or memories or Thanksgiving or anything, but at the end of the day, I kind of liked it, so I almost don't care. I do find, so on the little inspiration layout, she had little words, phrases, and that sort of thing on some of the pictures. And so this little chipboard set here had some good little options. I used love on the right bottom corner there. I ended up finding one that says, now I done forgotten. I'm not looking at the layout. I started off here. I started messing around with this side over here. I started thinking, putting the tag on the left side and the butterfly on the right side. But then no, I ended up moving it and putting the tag on the right side and the butterfly on the left side. I still have yet to glue this journaling card down. So I think I'm fixing to do that. Yep, there I go. Because I'm trying to make stuff work. And I'm like, Christine, you don't even have that glued down yet. You better attach that thing. And then I have to slip it back up underneath there. I do like how that, but I mean, the colors of the butterfly are perfect. They look great with the heart. So I'm not sad about that. I just don't know if butterfly makes a darn bit of sense on a Thanksgiving layout, but you know what? I'm doing it. Now here's where I got these houses, and I think that looks pretty good. But I do actually come back in with some more houses. There's some chipboard. So those are just ephemera. So they're just like little cardstock houses. But the chipboard actually had some houses as well. And I had kind of a little gap I was trying to fill. And this is where I start fassing around. And I don't know why I didn't just go with my original gut organization of them houses. I moved them and moved them and moved them. I ended up happy with it. I didn't want like a open gap, or I wanted them to, and then I kind of didn't want two chipboards next to each other. I can't even remember now, but I feel like I might have ended up with two chipboards next to each other. And then I had 3 in a row, and then I had and I didn't like how that was working out. So I ended up going back to my original organization of it, which is the 2 flat ones. And then actually I do end up with 2 chipboard ones next to each other. And I'm just, like I said, I kind of go back and forth on this. Why it took so long. This is one of those times it's like I'm watching the video and I think, Christine, the sad part, y'all, this is sped up times 2. Times 2. And I'm still fassing around with these darn things. Probably a good 3-4 minutes, if not more. I don't even know. But anyway, I finally get them how I want them. And I'm going to end up having to glue them down because I'm kind of nervous about moving them again. I got to find it. What am I doing? Y'all, I'm looking at these chipboard things again. I don't know what I'm doing. I think I'm finding a little phrase. I think one of the phrases says best day ever or something. And then there's another one that says, like, it has love on it. It's a long black phrase. And I'll put that up on the upper left picture in just a second. I did move that little green round half moon deal over on the right-hand side. That's where I find that little black word phrase. I like that there. This is all just kind of a bit, like I said, a bit random, just kind of documenting that we're just happy and, et cetera, et cetera. I don't journal on camera, but I do basically in that little area there, I will write, that it's Thanksgiving. And I just love my daughter, and she's one of my, she's my best friend, and she's just a sweet person, and she's a good person. And I'm just kind of waxing poetic on my journaling over there about how awesome she is. And I didn't figure anybody cared to see all that. It's not like it's terribly personal, but it's just kind of, it's a little bit, what's a mama talking about her daughter, right? All right. So I've got my little houses. I think I finally got them glued down. I need to glue down my little half moon deal. I dropped my Nuvo glue. I do use the Nuvo glue on these chipboard pieces because they're just not going to stick otherwise. Hey, everybody knows that. I'm not telling y'all anything you don't already know. So I'm sticking that stuff down. Now, the bird I ended up putting up on foam. I don't think I do that quite yet. I'm going to go ahead and add my glue to this love chipboard piece here. There's a little bit of gold. I probably could have introduced a little more gold, but I didn't. I just left it on the chipboard. There was a little few dots of it too, but I just didn't do it. This is where I'm going to take and put a little bit of foam tape behind my little butterfly antennas. It was already kind of poking up a little bit, and I thought, you know what, I'll just go into. Normally I do the wings. I did not do the wings on this one. I just did the little antennas. But then I decided I'm going to do the bird, and I have to put him on a little bit of foam tape too. And there's no real reason for the bird other than he just matches, and he's pretty, and I like him. In a second, you're going to find, I'm going to go get the gnome. There's one little old gnome left on my chipboard. And I guess I was looking at the pictures, and I was thinking we look kind of funny and silly, and we're just acting silly. And for me, gnomes are just kind of silly. So I'll go get him in just a minute. I don't know when I do that. I know it's soon because I'm kind of looking at this thing going, I need to do a little something. I'm actually, like I said, I got a little scared about halfway through this thing thinking I was putting too much randomy stuff on here, and then I just kind of embraced the random. And so that's okay. I find that little... there's 2 of these little gold vine looking things. So I had actually gotten this collection, and then I got it as a scrap room kit, flavors of the month as well. So I had a tiny little bit of the embellishments off that chipboard piece, and it worked out because I had 2 of those little gold leaf looking things. And then I decided I need to go ahead and add a string to my tag. I think there was a string on hers in the scrap lift, but I hadn't added it yet. I wasn't sure I was going to add it, and then I decided, yeah, I'm going to add it. I needed to kind of fill that out a little bit to me. It just felt like too constrained or something. I don't know how to explain it, but I needed to kind of go outside my little box there. And this is where I'm kind of looking at the layout, and I believe, this is where I decided I'm going to ink the edge. The outside edge needed a little something. I almost matted it on a piece of paper, cardstock or something like that, but I didn't. I decided to go ahead and ink it, and I think that looked pretty good. It's just that vintage, I think it's vintage photo. The little brown ink. I always have on my cart, I have a little cart next to me, a little Rascog cart, and I have on the top layers the stuff I use all the time, and that has 3 inks. It's a brown, a black, and a gray, and those are on the top of my little cart. Actually, there might be one other little browne. It's a little bit less dark. It's like a softer brown. This is where I stick Mr. Gnome down there. I just thought he looked great. There ain't nothing wrong with gnomes, right? And after that, I just kind of touch up a little of these glue spots. But after that, that's all I do other than the journaling, like I said, which I do in a minute. So I'm going to clean up my mess a little bit, and I'm going to slow down the camera so you can see the layout up close here. There you go. So there you go. You can see my little dimensions and all the goodies. Thank you guys so much for watching yet again. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.